riding with me. Betsy smiled, in case this was the beginning of one of Jill's subtle jokes. Ride a horse where? Oh, out in the fields on my friend's farm. She has 5 horses. They're not being ridden as often as they should be, so she says I can come and ride any time I want, and I can bring a friend, too. Seeing that Betsy still did not understand, she continued, You know how every so often we talk about going on a cattle roundup? It had long been Betsy's dream. Her maternal great-grandfather had been among the last of the real cowboys to go on a cattle drive. It was a dream Jill shared, though they had not managed to fulfill it even after years of talking about it. Cattle rides, or roundups, still happened in the 21st century, but mostly as tourist attractions. There was a ranch in eastern South Dakota that had one, Betsy knew. But the tourists didn't just stand by the fences, applauding as the cattle streamed by. They got to join in, ride the horses, herd strays back into line, eat beans and wood-grilled steak around a campfire, and sleep on the ground. And they paid good money for such privileges. Yes, I remember. Are you saying she's going to have a cattle drive? No, I mean, she does have cattle, a few of the Scottish Highland breed, very exotic and delicious. But this isn't a roundup or drive, just a chance to reacquaint our bottoms with a saddle. Said Betsy, for it had been a long time since she sat on a horse. When do you want to go? Jill went to the spinner rack of overdyed floss and turned it casually with one finger. Lars has tomorrow off. Oh, Jill, not this week. I've got that EGA convention coming up. Betsy, an officer of the local Embroiderers Guild of America, was helping to organize the national gathering of needlepointers. But she was also the sole vendor of needlework materials and was going to have to move almost the entire stock of her shop to the downtown Minneapolis hotel for a 3-day weekend. That took considerable organization, and all of it in addition to the usual lengthy day of a small shop owner. Sales, restocking, bookkeeping, cleaning, mending, filling special orders, and keeping teachers and students in her many classes organized and happy. Not to mention the usual tasks of an unmarried person in today's America: laundry, cleaning, cooking, grocery shopping, even the occasional full night's sleep. Can't Gotti, began Jill. Godwin Dulac was Betsy's store manager and essential right arm in the business. I am not going to let Gotti do my laundry. Jill laughed. Laundry? She asked. I meant he can find someone to work an extra afternoon, can't he? Emma imitated her mother's laugh, and Jill scooped her up, then began walking very slowly toward the checkout desk. Think about it, she said. The sun on top of a horse's mane, rippling as he walks, the pungent equine scent, the rocking saddle, the breeze in your hair, the bawl of a distant calf and a crow's fading call, the smell of drying grass and fallen leaves, the unwinding of stress. By now she was leaning into Betsy's face, her voice low and thrilling. Betsy's eyes closed. She was there, in the sunlight, with the crows and the creaking saddle. Oh, gosh, she murmured. Business has been good lately, hasn't it? Betsy nodded. So you can send your laundry out for once, and you can afford that part-timer for one extra afternoon, too. Not even the whole afternoon, just 3 hours. Lindsay's place is half an hour from here, so an hour there and back and 2 hours to mess around with horses. Fat, quiet horses, nothing exciting. You won't even be sore the next day. She'll have them saddled and waiting. Betsy meant to argue some more, but when she opened her mouth, all that came out was, Let's do it. The horses were indeed fat and lazy, perfect for 2 women who needed to relearn old riding skills. The day was bright and barely cool. Global warming had come to Minnesota, and sometimes it didn't snow until mid-November. Jill's friend Lindsay led the way out into a pasture where green grass was growing up through hay stubble. Insects buzzed half-heartedly, resurrected by the warmth. The sky was a cloudless blue, a deeper shade than in summer, and the air had a rough edge to it, carrying scents of ripe apples and